You guys, TCGPlayer has crossed a line. And no, I'm not talking about all the print lines and scratches that I have on the holofoil that I bought from them last week. I'm talking about a line in business ethics. About a month ago, I was on TCGPlayer and I saw right there on the front page, there was an article called The Best Cards to Invest in from Pokemon Celebrations. And immediately I thought it was kind of weird that a platform like this would be promoting investment advice directly where they are selling cards. That's ultimately where my issue lies. So I thought I would dig into it a little bit more. I would look at the cards that they were suggesting, I would read the article, and then I would see if this article really had any impact on the prices of the cards they suggested in the article. First, I want to tell you guys what line exactly I'm talking about that I think that they crossed. Now in 2020, we had this ethical dilemma, right? Where a lot of product was hard to come by. A lot of these streamers and stuff were able to buy it and then sell it for a higher price. And a lot of times they were quoting PSA 10 prices. They were telling their audience how good of an investment it is. See how far evolution spiked. That could happen to battle styles. All sorts of wacky stuff people were saying in 2020 about investment. The problem is when you're simultaneously giving that advice to people to buy those things because it's going to go up in the future, and then you're also the person selling it to them. One could say that if the product you currently have you think is going to go up so much in the future, you wouldn't be selling it at all. Now, I view that as pretty nefarious. I don't think you should sell the things you're also pumping in some investment article or investment video. When I do my CGC returns, for instance, I don't say how good I think these cards would be to invest in because I also tell you guys that they're available on my eBay. That would be disingenuous and would break an ethical barrier in me to tell you guys how investable I think something is and then turn around and sell it to you out the back door. And effectively, this is what this article is doing. This article is from TCGPlayer Infinite, which I guess is a blog that's put together by TCGPlayer. It's funded by TCGPlayer. And this article came up and it just was like, holy crap. How in the world do they see that this is ethical for them to be putting an article like this on the front page of their website, telling people to invest in the very product that they have for sale on their platform? So naturally, I read the article, and honestly, my issue is not with the article. The article has a lot of interesting concepts. Unfortunately, there also isn't any sort of disclaimer that this person is not a financial advisor. I don't know if he is a financial advisor. It's very possible he could be, but there's no disclaimer that any of this information should be taken with a grain of salt. Nothing of the sort, kind of cautioning people to use this only for information to kind of influence your buying decisions, but don't take it just one for one and go and buy everything on this list thinking it's going to go up sometime in the future. There were a couple things in this article that I found to be kind of sus. One of the main things being in the paragraph right after the "so what should you buy" heading, it says, "That's a question I've been waiting to answer for months. TCGPlayer offers a lot of information on recent sales, past prices, current supply, right up front where anyone can see it. But here on Infinite, we also have access to more information, including historical data that predates the price history tool, which was only introduced on TCGPlayer last summer. With more access to pricing and sales history, we can make keener observations about past markets and better educate predictions about what might happen in the future." Now you might be thinking, why does that sound nefarious to you? Well, it sounds nefarious to me because he's basically telling you that he has all this information that you can't have because he has tools given to him by TCGPlayer to be able to create this article and use to influence his decisions in the cards that you should buy. And he has these tools that are not available to you to use. So there's a barrier of information, and he's creating this sense of, well, you can trust me. I have more tools than you to be able to analyze all this information and come to a better conclusion. And to kind of bring this back to the original point, my problem is not with the article itself. I think the article is actually a very interesting read, but I do think the problem and where it crosses the line is that it's on a platform and promoted by TCGPlayer, the very marketplace in which you then buy these cards. And we can see the one-on-one impact impact of the number one card that they chose to invest in and how it affected the price after this article was posted. So the number one card that they said that you should invest in from Celebrations was the Birthday Pikachu for a number of different reasons. You can look it up if you want on the article. But let's take a look at when the article was posted and what happened to the price after that article was posted. So the article was posted on 3/18, March 18th, 2022. If we take a look at what happened on 3/18, oh, look at that. Look at what happened there on 3/18. The day, that's 3/18 to 3/20, the week of that article posting. Look at that giant spike in price. We went from $5.40 a piece all the way up to $8.30 a piece. The price essentially increased by 60% just on that article coming out. Now you could say, well, maybe it wasn't the article. Maybe not. Maybe it's complete coincidence that the day that this was released, the price of the card shot up by 60%. Just happens to be coincidence. But I would think that the fact that this article, I saw it myself, was on the homepage of TCGPlayer, telling people to invest in certain cards from Celebrations, and then seeing that graph of that gigantic spike of the number one card that they told people to buy at the time, shot up 60% in price, all the way above $8 from just above $5, is a pretty big indication to me that that article had influence on buyers on the platform when it came out. And I am sure that TCGPlayer takes a cut from all the sales that happen on their platform of the given cards. And you might say, well, it's only a $3 difference. That's not that bad. Well, think about if they put out an investment article on a $100 card and it went up by 60%. That's pushing it up to $160 a piece. That's a pretty big significant difference. And to me, like I said, the content of the article, I found it fascinating. I really liked reading through it. It was some interesting things that I didn't think about before when approaching this entire situation, and it might be stuff that I incorporate into what I look at in the future. I'm not saying that you should base all of your buying decisions off of that one article. I just think that it's extremely disingenuous and crosses a business ethics and moral line, in my opinion, to have that advice or information posted on the front page of your marketplace website where you are then selling them the very things that you're telling them are good investments. I think it was a problem when streamers were doing it in 2020, and I think arguably, it's even more of a problem when a trusted company in the space like TCGPlayer, a trusted source, a trusted marketplace that people go to buy cards every single day, is then pumping prices by promoting investment articles that are funded by them on their own blog on the homepage of their marketplace. Just something I wanted to bring up. Some of you guys might not think it's a big deal, and that's totally fine. It's really an ethical argument at the end of the day. I don't think there's any like legal repercussions to this at all. Because at the end of the day, it's just opinion and speculation on the part of the person who wrote the blog. I just find it disingenuous to post it on your homepage where you're actually selling those products. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Have they crossed the line? What do you think of this type of business practice? And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.